Tamaddun, Roman Urdu to Urdu Transliteration Engine. Tamaddun is an Urdu word for balance. Roman Urdu, being a hybrid language of English and Urdu, is creating a middle ground or balance in our society. Built upon technologies such as TensorFlow, Python, OpenNMT, neural networks, and Keras, it provides better sentimental analysis, is context-aware, and is scalable. Tamaddun provides better insights of data from informal sources like text, social media, and so much more. Out of the total population of Pakistan, only 62% can read and write, and only 20 to 30% can read English. That is a very small number. For a person like Umar, who can read Urdu but not English, life becomes very difficult. He cannot understand text messages, social media, signboards, and so much more. Life is pretty confusing. Tamaddun helps you reach a wider audience, people who understand either English or Urdu or both. You are looking at Tamaddun's webpage, which has a clean and user-friendly interface. You have this space to enter your text and a submission button, which gives you 3 transliterations of your text: word to word, character to word, and character to character. On top, we have a custom designed Tamaddun logo, and on scrolling down you find an About section. We also have a video embedded through YouTube. We will now demonstrate the working of our model and show how it performs better than the already existing models of Google Translate and iGenoon. Our first example is Ye Kya Hua Hai, which gives 100% accurate results on our model. But iGenoon misspells hai to ha, and Google Translate gives Ye Kya Hai. Our next example is Urdu Sahi Hai, on which our model performs with remarkable accuracy. While iGenoon misspells Sahi, and Google Translate changes Sahi to Theek. Next we try Tumhara Kya Khayal Hai, for which our model performs perfectly. While iGenoon misspells hai to just not to loves hey, and Google Translate completely changes the sentence to Aapka Dimag Kaisa Hai. Our last demo example is Main Kaun Hu, which is transliterated by our model with complete accuracy. While iGenoon adds a noon in place of noon ghanna in Main, and Google Translate again changes the sentence to something completely different. Roman Urdu is a hybrid language. It has no formal rules. One word can have multiple correct spellings, but Tamaddun helps you formalize this. Tamaddun also leverages the resourcefulness of Urdu by providing parts of speech tagging, sentimental analysis, and other nilby tools which are not available for Roman Urdu. Our model is also context-aware, as it differentiates between aam, that means common, and aam, that means mango, based on context. If presented with somewhat wrong spellings, such as saljara in place of salgira, our model is still, to some extent, able to understand this. In the end, we will demonstrate another functionality of Tamaddun. Once you have transliterated your text, you can also tweet it on Twitter by clicking the tweet button next to your transliterations. It redirects you to your Twitter account with the text already in there, and you can easily share it with your friends and family. Tamaddun has a very user-friendly interface, which can easily make it a part of your everyday life. Let's talk about how Tamaddun works. Tamaddun solves a sequence modeling problem to convert Roman Urdu to Urdu. But how does it achieve this? Let's take a closer look at the transliteration mechanism. Typically, RNNs are used for sequence modeling, but dependency of terms within a sequence and vanishing gradient problem makes this a bad option. RNNs are replaced by LSTM, which involves complex ANNs. But what makes LSTM a good option? The secret behind LSTM is context vectors, which is basically a combination of previous output and current input to provide context. LSTMs are made up of encoders and decoders. Your input goes into encoder, which uses DNN layers to create a context vector. This is sent over to the decoder, which uses its hidden states to produce output sequence. But with large input sequences, LSTM becomes very computationally expensive, and not all context is relevant. For this, we introduce attention mechanism, which allows us to assign weights to useful context information. So now we know how Tamaddun works, using LSTM with attention. The team behind Tamaddun is a group of 3 software engineering final year students from NUST, Sadia Nasir, Amir Hamza, and Bia Chaudhary. So the next time you find someone's Roman Urdu typing style difficult to understand, remember, Tamaddun has your back.